Hey, guess what? Somehow these flat earthers just keep multiplying for some inexplicable reason. Completely unable and, more importantly, unwilling to admit they're wrong. I personally find it quite hilarious, but there's no excuse for this willful ignorance, considering the information age we live in. So, here's one, going through some pictures taken from the ISS, unable to even grasp the very basics of what he's seeing, which always leads to... what's that word again? Oh yeah, wrong conclusions. And I do believe that's 2 words, making it twice as bad.
Hi, thanks for watching.
Hey there, my name is
Ragical,
the Unhallowed Night.
It says breathtaking images from the International Space Station.
The Unhallowed Night. Look, listen. If you're gonna interrupt me and we're just gonna jump into the thick of it, that's fine by me. Let's start by saying I have seen better ones. Maybe this is just the tip of the iceberg, who knows? Surprise me, Rebel.
And they're quite right, because as soon as I saw them, I took a deep breath and I thought, what the fuck?
Well now, you certainly surprised me with that.
And they're quite right, because as soon as I saw them...
And they fight freight because the sins of Sauron? No, they can't be right.
And they're quite right, because as soon as I saw them...
And they strike right because the scenes are too low?
And they're quite right, because as soon as I saw them...
Wait. I think I've got it. And they're quite right because this seems so wrong. What the actual fuck? Let's just carry on before my head explodes. Shit, just few seconds in and I'm already at a loss for words. Well, not really though.
But I'll show you why.
Please do.
I've chose this picture because...
Well, shit. I hope this isn't going to be a trend in this video, cause then we'll be here till the cows come home. And we don't allow cows in the castle anymore. So that's going to be awkward.
I've chose this picture because...
A round Earth picture?
I've chose this picture because...
A North Earth picture? What, because of Scandinavia?
I've chose this picture because...
Oh, so...
I've chose this picture...
means a close Earth picture. I think I got it. I hope.
It tells you that it circles above the Earth at roughly 250 miles up. I don't know what roughly means.
What? What do you mean you don't know what roughly means? Rebel? I'm guessing you mean the context and not the meaning of the word, right? I mean, in this context, it would either mean its actual altitude does vary slightly, which is a thing, or the more likely explanation, where they just round it down, because it's actually closer to 254 miles, which is an average taken from roughly a 90-minute orbit, if I recall correctly. It's kind of the same as saying give or take. Also, you're the bloody Brit here. Shouldn't your English completely outclass my crappy English? What gives? Or are you one of those discount Brits? I honestly don't know, but it is quite suspicious, wouldn't you say?
But it tells you it travels at 17,500 miles an hour. So, keep that in mind.
Alright, I'll keep it in mind. And yes, it does move pretty fast. But even though that speed is rather impressive, it's relatively slow in terms of the Earth's circumference. Remember, roughly 90-minute orbits and all that jazz.
Yeah, there's the curve. And I don't think I've found an explanation yet anywhere that explains how the atmosphere meets the vacuum of space. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I was off that day or something.
Meets the vacuum of space, you say? That makes it sound like you're expecting a... oh no, suddenly a vacuum appears. Well, in layman terms, the atmosphere is actually a gradient due to gravity. That's why we have people wearing oxygen masks at the top of Mount Everest. And that's why we have pressurized compartments on airplanes, so people don't explode. Well, they don't really explode, but it sounds more dramatic, doesn't it? In fact, the higher up you go, the thinner the atmosphere will get, until you eventually encounter a vacuum. Even the ISS itself has to boost its speed every so often, because of a very slight drag at that 254 miles, or in my world, 408 kilometers. So, even at that height, there are still minute traces of atmosphere, causing a slight drag on the space station. These reboosts last up to 12 to 15 minutes. Roughly.
Right, so here we have Spain.
Now that's what I call an amazing shot indeed. Look at all the lights. Shiny.
Now, this is taken from 200 miles up. Okay?
Probably, yeah. Looks to be around ISS altitude. Although 200 miles is a rather strange number. Are we sure they didn't mean roughly 250 miles up?
Which this would be Madrid, I'm guessing. They've made it the brightest part of the whole of Spain. Well, you can also see southern France and the curve.
So what is Portugal? Chopped liver?
And they put some stars in the sky.
Wait. Did you just say they put some stars in the sky? Don't tell me you're one of those conspiracy weirdos.
And they always show you some solar panels or something to convince you that it's been taken from the space station.
Great! You are one of those. Yes, I'm sure that solar panel is in on it. Bloody piece of ISS trying to convince you it are the rails. Or, now stay with me here. I'm sure you've seen those pictures when people have their finger next to the lens and their finger in the picture like a bloody dipshit who doesn't know how to camera. Only instead of a finger, it's part of the station. Because it's part of the station. Yeah, come to think of it, I'm pretty sure that 200 miles altitude is a typo. You cannot convince me they have a 50-mile selfie stick on the ISS. Or maybe they do.
But let me show you something. This is what they say is 200 miles up above Spain. So, let's check that out. And this, oh, but just to show you something. Right.
Hey, wait a minute here. You're not gonna show us your porn collection, right? I don't think YouTube is okay with that. Nah, I'm sure as an avid player of Bubble Witch 3 Saga and Solitaire, you're a classy fellow. My mom plays those games, and she's a classy fellow. Wait.
Right, get a calculator. And I'll show you. Train from miles. Maybe from miles to kilometers, and it's 200, which is 321k. Right?
Yeah, close enough if you round it down, I guess. I've got to say though, it's been a while since I've seen someone boot up Windows Calculator instead of throwing those values into Google. Wait, is it because you don't trust Google either, touching your precious numbers?
This is 322k.
Ah, it's getting interesting. We're doing things.
This is 200 miles above Spain. So, I'm not buying that. Now, this picture, this got it all.
Hey. Back up there, buddy. You can't just have this huge build-up and leave us hanging by just saying you're not buying it. Also, listen, I've noticed a minor mistake in your presentation here. First of all, that Domino's ad. Is that a pizza with irony toppings? It's clearly taking the piss. Also, show me one difference between these two pictures. I'm assuming it would be pretty obvious, but apparently it's not, somehow. Let's have a look at fixing your fucking mistakes, making me do work and shit. So here we are in Google Earth. Pretty cool, eh? So let's look at Spain, and my eye level is now 900 kilometers. Let's get it down to where you were. Can I actually slow it down with these things over here? Oh, you guys can actually see my cursor as well. Awesome. So 321 kilometers. I'll give or take. I'm actually a little bit closer, but this is basically what you got. And did you see what I just did? Look at that. Look at oh no. What's oh crap. There's the curve. Well, you see, when you pivot, I also actually went down to 80 kilometers, 84 kilometers. So you actually think that the ISS was directly over Spain looking straight down. It does have a camera like that, but the camera that actually made a bloody picture of the peninsula of Spain, with Portugal, Spain, France, and just a little bit of the Moroccan peninsula. It was most likely around here, looking at Spain. So let's just position ourselves over there. Oh no, oh crap, there it goes. Well, there it is. Look at that. I'm at 400 kilometers, which is actually the altitude, 408 kilometers, which is actually the altitude of the ISS. So I'm pretty sure that 254 is what it should be, instead of the 200 miles. But even if I go down to your 321, see, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. It's basically the same picture as you have. Also, look at that. The Netherlands. I live there. And you probably live over here, right? Somewhere in Scotland. That's not that too far away. Look at that. We can even wave with each other across the sea. Well, not really though, because of, you know, curvature. Let's move on, shall we?
Yeah, this picture, this got it all. All the stars and the dark rift and the Milky Way and the curve and the atmosphere and just to add to those bells and whistles, they've got what they say here is an image is a lightning flash that illuminates a large mass of the clouds.
Alright, back up just a little bit here. You seem to be doing a flyby or something, which will be misrepresented if I don't slap the shit out of you for even trying it. Although, you might even like that, and I'm sure our relationship hasn't reached that level yet. So I'll just casually mention it, if you don't mind. No hard feelings. So, it says it right next to the picture. They've enhanced the image to make it look the sexy. It's not like they're even hiding it. I mean, they flat out say, because they knew the exact time and location of the ISS, they were able to match the photograph of the related star field. Which is, if you ask me, pretty damn neat. But you're reading past that bit, while it's staring you right in the face, to dismiss it as, oh, we got some stars here, we got some black spots, we got some curve here, we got some atmosphere, and we got some bells and whistles. And that sounded way more Scandinavian than Scottish. Hey, guess what? I'm not even sorry. The thing is, they just wanted to enhance the image a little bit, and actually pointed out what they did and where they did it. But please, continue.
Okay, I'll buy that.
Lovely.
And it's reflecting off the solar arrays of the ISS and back to the camera. But if it was reflecting light from here up, then surely the light would hit the bottom of the panel and not the top. Or is that just me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just stumped at what just happened. Did he just say the reflection on the ISS solar panel is on the top? Clearly, he must be joking, right? Right?
The light would hit the bottom of the panel and not the top.
Okay. Let me show you how to do that perspective thing. Well, I found an image. The exact same image, only this one is 20 megabytes. That's pretty big. That's a lot of data in there. Lots of data noise, I think. Look at it. So, first of all, let's up the brightness a little bit. Shadows and highlights, that probably works, right? Ooh, yeah, there we go. It's completely uglified now. But the point is, we need to draw some lines. So, just judging from the curve of the Earth, I'm guessing the horizon is somewhere around here. And we know anything above the horizon is something you're looking up at. And what happens when you look up at something? You look at the bottom of it. It's, you know, quite basic knowledge. So let's see if I was correct. This line over here kind of goes like this. Okay, so the horizon is a little bit higher, it seems. Or they cropped it. Let's see. Okay, the vanishing point is over here. Let's turn the horizon into a red color, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Nice red color. And let's move it up. So that is the exact horizon of this picture. And judging from this, they probably cropped it a little bit to the right, because the actual vanishing point is not in the middle of the picture, as you can clearly see. Yeah. So there goes your entire idea, that this is the top of the bloody panel. Come on now. It's really insulting. There's only one thing left to say, and that is, you are completely wrong.
Right, this is denial. You buying that? This is caused by streetlights and headlights. Sure.
Sure? What do you mean, sure? Are you implying lights don't light up areas?
And there's the other wee bit.
No. Screw your wee bits for now. You do realize there are bloody towns and cities around the Nile? And did you perhaps notice the city lights all over the place in other areas? For example, the northwestern part of Israel? It's lit up like a bloody Christmas tree. Not to mention your picture of Spain has the exact same lit up areas where the towns are. Holy hell, man. You know, I'm always baffled when you lot ask for stars, while showing a picture with longer exposure times to show the city lights on the night side of the planet. Finally we're getting some fancy stars in there as well, yet no mentioning of the stars. It's all about exposure, baby. It's not exactly rocket science. Well, I guess technically it is rocket science when you take a camera on a space station. Sure. Sure, my ass. Wait, don't tell me. Now correct me if I'm wrong here, but do you actually think this is a picture of daytime Earth? Didn't you see the bloody stars?
There's always a wee bit.
Yeah, those darn wee bits dangling in your face. Unless you're into that kind of stuff, of course. I mean, you do seem a bit obsessed about all those dangly bits around the station.
What else we got? This here. They forgot the stars.
Oh, don't you dare start about stars now. Them's fighting words. Look at the darkness of the Earth. It's called exposure, you silly dick flute.
But they're also something else.
Is he gonna go for the horizon having no curve?
They forgot the curve. There is no curve.
Hey, psst, Rebel. Did it maybe occur to you, with the moon being that large in the picture, maybe, just maybe, they used a bloody telelens to zoom in on the horizon with the moon just above it? I mean, this is kinda indicated by the thickness of the atmosphere, the angular size of the moon, and you know, the apparent lack of the curve, which you know happens when zooming in on a small part of the horizon.
And then there's this.
Oh, okay, we're just moving on. Well, alright then, let's have a look at your Spaceman. Surely he has some dangly bits for you to obsess over.
Yeah, I don't know what all these gadgets are for. And there's an empty hose gone nowhere.
Well, neither do I, but we could look it up if we had some kind of reference, maybe. And just perhaps, I could even link it in the description. Nah, that's crazy talk.
And this looks like a sheet of silk or something, or like an old parachute or something. It's been spread over the face of this.
A parachute? Fine, it's a repurposed parachute.
Are you sure about that?
And there's all sorts of, this looks like hand grips or something.
Hey Rebel, it's probably protective shielding against radiation, or a thermal blanket. It tends to come in that shape, you know, because it's very light and pliable.
But if that's the bright sun, then most of this image should be in dark shadow.
Actually, it is in the shade, as shown by its darker tone. You can even see some shadows on the station itself. How dark of a shadow do you actually expect on a mostly white station with astronauts in white spacesuits during the daytime? Surely you've heard of light bouncing off surfaces and indirectly lighting shaded areas, made easier by all of these mostly white surfaces and no atmosphere getting in the way either.
And I don't know what all these things. And remember, this guy's travelling at 17,500 miles an hour, and he's holding on with 2 fingers.
Alright, calm down. I know we were talking about the speed of the space station just a while ago, but so what? The bloody space station is travelling at the same bloody speed, you bloody git. Tell me, do you have to hold on for dear life to your steering wheel when driving your car on the highway? At a constant speed? Or are you just casually moving along with the car, with one hand on the steering wheel and one hand down your pants fiddling with your dangly bits? Because that's your thing, right? Remember how space is a vacuum? There is no drag. Similar to how a car's windshield eliminates drag. And speed is relative. You, sir, are clearly conflating speed with acceleration.
And also his safety harness is somehow trapped behind this length of canvas belt in space.
I don't know, man. Based on how the other handle-like things on the station are a different color, maybe this is another part of his safety harness. Also attached to the station for maybe double safety or something. The thing is, we can't be certain what kind of dangly bit it is, or what it is attached to, based on this photograph.
But that's then, I don't know.
I rest my case.
And this stuff here, what is that? He can't touch any of that. He can't reach it. It's no good.
Of course they're a bit more clumsy in those suits. That's why every tool is tethered to them or the station so it doesn't float away. But claiming he can't bend his arm to reach it is like saying a deep diver can't reach around to, scratch his dangly bits.
He can't see it from inside the spacesuit.
I take it you've never taken something out of your pocket without looking at your pocket. What? What are you looking at? Hey, not everything is a dirty joke.
And when I first seen it, I thought of that kid's game. You know, Buckaroo.
You did what now? Buckaroo? What? Hey, what's this guy even talking about? Buckaroo or I don't even... What?
And people just keep adding stuff. Here, take one of them and... Here, this will come in handy. Use one of these. Because you don't look functional or anything. There's a wee hook.
You know what? Neither you or I know what that stuff is for. We're not trained to use it, so how can we possibly just download a picture of the internet and casually look at it to just disregard it as fluff or non-functional?
Another reason, and this is beyond his reach.
So, you really do think he cannot bend his arm? Have you even seen those tests they did with the suits? You know, those dexterity tests and movement tests? I'm pretty sure he can reach around and touch whatever that dangly bit is.
Another thing, that won't help. Is that his mobile phone? In his wrist? Is it?
Yeah, that's a good one. And yes, that's his mobile phone. Obviously.
And look at his fingers, they're all puffed up and stuff.
Well, that's just because there's pressurized air in his suit. Of course it's going to look puffy in more flexible areas such as the finger bits of a glove.
And this is different. And like I say, he's holding on with 2 fingers.
His left hand is closed, which would cause them to look less puffy. How is this beyond your grasp? This is the basics about puffy stuff, you know. And yes, fancy that. holding on with 2 fingers. Clearly, you're one of those people who drive their car with their hands exactly at 10 to 2, because you're such a good boy. Unless you've got dangly bits with you, I'm sure.
So, I don't know what you make of all this. I just think it's all bullshit.
I do believe the proper term is horse shit, but no.
Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah, don't mention it.
Please comment.
I think my job here is done with a response video. And don't tell me what to do. Hi, thanks for subscribing and liking my content. Or if you're new, you know what to do. I mean, why else are you here at the end? You know you like it. Bye!